All right, Shalom. First and foremost, just as always, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. I'd like to give double honors unto the elders and the apostles at GMS Grand Millstone, and a sincere peace, love, blessing, salutations unto all of those of you who have been called, doing the best to make the calling of your election sure, making up the elect of Israel, man. Lord willing, this lesson be edifying unto you. All right, and I'm gonna go into the lyrics of a song, which, don't get me wrong, man. There's really one song which is likened unto this word, man, that could only be understood by a few, right? Just like in some of these lyrics, like we're about to go into, this is a song, right, that we all know, man. In fact, it's Gangsta's Paradise. I had made mention of it on a previous video, but I'm gonna go into the lyrics now, right? But it's funny because we've all heard this song, but the lyrics, actually, some of the verses in the lyrics are kind of deep, man. And not to give any credit to Coolio G, because I think he was just making mention of the issues in the world. But it's funny because it goes right in line with what the scriptures say, which would befall upon us, right? And basically how to get out of it, man. Right? But again, right, this is likened unto a song that only a few could understand. Just like that song, right, Gangsta's Paradise, I'm sure there's only a few that actually have heard the lyrics, man. Other than, you know, the chorus and the main parts of it. You see, but anyway, let me go ahead. This is Revelation 14:3. And it reads, "And they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the beast, and before the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000." Right? And it's funny because, you know, you notice that a lot in this music, man. You be a lot of like words will be being said, and you know, Esau can't understand it. They'll be trying to understand what's being said in these different hip hop verses and what have you. Well, this is a song likened unto one where if you don't have those eyes, if you don't have that mind, man, if you don't have those ears, then it's just gonna flow right over your head too, man. And you're just gonna run along worshiping white Jesus or whatever the hell it is that you pulled out of it, which you've adopted some type of religion by, man. You see, all these religions, man, they've been set up by the world, man. They're tax-free. You see? You better look well into who it is you're listening to, even me, man. Even the videos that you be hearing from us, you see? But anyway, going on. No man can learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. You see? Nobody's going to learn that song, just like many aren't even going to get the point of this song. You see? So let me go ahead and jump into these lyrics, man. And I'm going to start off up here. I'm not going to read all the lyrics because a lot of them are kind of carnal, especially the ones that we remember, right? I really hate to trip, but I got to look. All them ones, those are the ones that ring in our head. Because why Esau came in with this, right? Gave us black and brown culture, right? He set up people like Tupac, who was a goddamn ballerina, but yet he was an actor, man. So what did they make him act like? A thug. Pushing that thug life to all you jakes, man. A lot of these music people, these rappers and what have you, they don't even live the life that they promote, man. So why is it that they've been set up to promote that to you? Because it sells. You see? Because somebody's pockets are getting fat, man. And that's why it says what? Look at the situation they got me facing right here. You see? This section here. Look at the situation they got me facing. Who's the they, man? Who is the they that they have him facing something? Let's continue. I can't live a normal life. I was raised by the street, so I got to be down with the hood team. Too much television watching got me chasing dreams. Hey, I was making mention of the rappers and the television, right? They promote these things to us, so they got us chasing these dreams, which a dream is something that you're seeing when you're asleep, man. So they got us running around chasing after a dream, right? Getting one over on one another, basically clawing each other down so you could become the top chia pet for this goddamn devil, man. So let's see who this they is, right? Let's go ahead and jump into some prophecy, man. And we'll dive deeper into these lyrics here in a minute, Lord willing. Let's see. Let's go ahead and start with let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 13. And again, it's funny, man, because these these songs, they all were before us, and you know, we just these lyrics just fly right over our head, though, you know, Little do they know, they're talking about the curses, which these curses are written in the Bible, man. This is why we would be right in this situation, right? This is Deuteronomy 28 and actually verse 44. We'll jump back to verse 13. It says, and he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be head, and thou shalt be the tail. Look at that, man. And who's the he? Well, it's the same as the they that we were just reading about, right? Verse 43, the stranger that is within thee shall get up very above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. So the Israelites of the Bible would befall this condition, man. They would become very low. And in fact, verse 13 tells us what? And the Lord shall make thee the head. So when we're reading verses 1 through 15, in fact, right, these are the blessings that will befall upon the children of Israel if they obeyed the Heavenly Father's covenant. They broke that covenant, right? So when we start at verse 15, he says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord our God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee, right? And we just read one of those curses in verse 44. So let's go ahead and jump back, verse 13. And thou, Salakia, and the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. So we were supposed to be on top, man. We were supposed to be above. And that's why we were given the laws of the Heavenly Father, so we could establish those on this earth and establish the Heavenly Father's law within it, man. Because that's going to cause what? Life to flourish. Basically, the Creator gave us standards to live by so that we could sustain life. And modern science will still prove that when you break one of these laws, right, the consequence is a disease of some sort, man. Death of some kind, chaos, right? But when you obey these things, it's going to cause life to flourish, man. Well, we had these laws since ancient times, right? And yet we broke them, man. We left them. We broke this commandment. We broke this covenant, Salakia. You see? So that led us to be what? In this condition here, man. In this condition here. So let's go ahead and jump to another prophecy. Let's go to the prophet Haggai and see what he had to say, man. This is chapter 1 and verse 6. It says, well, I'll go ahead and start at verse 5, get a little bit of the context here, right? You can go back and read these, but I'm just getting the main right points out of these verses to prove what's being said here. Verse 5, it says, now, therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways, right? Being you Israelites, man. You supposed to be the gods of this earth, if you will, as we're going to grab on some other precepts here. But now look at you, man, clawing at each other so you could become like I said, the highest chia pet for this devil, man. We went into that word worship yesterday when we went a little bit deeper in prophecy, right, on these lyrics. Well, we didn't go in on the lyrics, but, just made mention of them. And that word worship, how they would worship this beast, this modern beast, right, goes into the definition of a dog licking his master's fingers, man. That's what you've been likened to. That's what you've become, you see? But some of us, man, call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we're waking up out of this madness. We're no longer, right, a servant looking at the paws of Esau, man. Verse 6 says, ye have sown in much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. Look at that, man. We just never have enough. Hey, you got to grind and grind and grind. And that's why this next section down here, right? It says, fool, death ain't nothing but a heartbeat away. I'm living life do or die. What can I say? I'm 23. Now, will I live to see 24? The way things are going, I don't know. So what do we got to do then? They got us over here getting clawing each other down, right? Doing all kind of manner of wickedness just to get by, man. Just to get by. These are the curses that we would live under, man. This is why we end up in the prisons. This is why we end up, right, all hooked up on drugs and messed up, man. All caught up in Esau's system, right? It says, and he that earneth wages to put them in a bag with holes. So basically, you putting your money in a bag and that thing has holes. You get your paycheck and that shit's gone, man. You got to go put it on bills. You got to go put it on rent. And where does all this money go to, man? This money is lining the pockets of Esau. He's put the whole earth in a state of debt, man. Beginning with his elites, these banker families, man. This is the they that he was talking about. Again, right? Look at the situation they got me facing. So who else is the they, man? Right? Let's go in a little bit more on these as we called them on these so-called they, which I'm telling you right now, they're the Edomites, man. Beginning with their elites who've been living lavishly. Psalms 73 and verse 3. It says, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than a heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression." Look at that, man. They speak wickedly concerning oppression. They are corrupt, man. They fill their pockets up more and more and more. While they see, man, we're living in a world where you can literally plant a seed. You can go buy yourself an orange, plant the seed, grow an orange tree, and you got yourself endless oranges. How the hell is there world hunger, man? Because of these people, man. Going on, it says, "They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore, his people return hither as waters of a cup, it's like of a full cup, are wrung out of them. And they say, how doeth God know? And is there knowledge in the Most High?" Right? They're basically, hey, man, they're basically setting themselves up as the Most High. They think they are. They're the Most High, man. Right? They ain't in trouble like other men. They ain't out here having to live day by day. But they're getting rich off of you having to do so, man. And then what have they done to rock you to slumber? They've given you something called bread and circuses, man. Which is what they did in Rome, bread and circuses. Which their circus was what? The Colosseum. They were giving the people food and drink and a show to keep them sidetracked, to keep the elites getting richer while they ran in this hamster wheel called life, called the American dream, right? It's madness, man. People better wake up and smell the cookies and realize who the goddamn devil is spoken of within this Bible, man. Because even in the lyrics of this music that we've listened to our entire life, they're calling him out right here, man. And little do they know it was on that Bible on your grandma's nightstand this whole time, man. But you was using it to worship white Jesus, if you were using it in any sense anyway, man. To be part of some religion, to give the pastor your tithing money, man. Esau got you under a spell, man. And that's what the scriptures say. He would give us strong delusions. Verse 12, it says, "Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain and washed my hands in innocency." Yes, hey, man. This is him. This is the book of Ezekiel. Chapter 28 and verse 5. We could really go all day just in on this, but I'm gonna stop on this one and continue reading on the lyrics. Ezekiel 28 and 5, it says, "By thy great wisdom," right, which is going in on Esau, "and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches." You see, by his wisdom and traffic, man, he's this devil's the trafficker of the earth. You see? What do you say? Whose oppressors sell them and hold themselves not guilty, man? Hey, this guy. This guy is the villain in this story, if you will, man. Going on, it says, and he's caused us all, right? He's approached us all as some white, innocent, and pure being, though he's red and the devil, man. Right? It says, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches, right? And now he's grown in pride, and according to the scriptures, right, his nation, right, this last beast system built up of Esau, he's gonna have the whole world under his spell, to the point that he's gonna basically brand them, man. And that brand is gonna come in the form of that RFID microchip, which is beautiful because hey, that was prophesied in ancient times, man. And now, right, now you saw we went from metals as our currency to cash as our currency, then from cash to cards, and then from cards that RFID microchip got emplaced on those cards, and now they're going to emplace that within you to lock you in with a digital ID, man. They're going to make themselves gods. They're going to make themselves God in your eyes and cause you to bow the knee to them by doing this, man. You see? Here it is, the book of Revelation, right? Christianity was telling us the whole world was going to go worship the spiritual demon Satan's image that they're going to erect. Who the hell is going to go worship the spiritual demon Satan's image, man? What the hell? The whole world's going to do this? Come on now. And they're going to go over there and be praying to it, bowing on their knees, right? Hey, if you're the devil, you're going to deceive. You see? So he's going to deceive the world and cause them to worship him in the form of them taking that charagma, taking that RFID microchip. But anyway, to keep, I don't want to make this one too long because the other one yesterday was very long. But I would recommend it for a watch, man. For those of you who who are new and want to further breakdown, right, on Revelation and what I was just making mention of. But going on, it says where were we, man? Oh yeah, here we go. Tell me, why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me? Right? And that's one of the main core, and we've all heard that. Tell me why we seem so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me, man. So let me go ahead and jump to the book of Psalms, chapter 52 or 82, Salakia, chapter 82 and verse 5, and it reads, "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations are out of course." You see that, man? Salakia, all the foundations of the earth are out of course. So the whole earth's been turned upside down, man. This is the valley of the shadow of death. Isn't that one of the lyrics in here? As I walk, all the way at the top, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. So he's walking through this American life that we've succumbed to, right? And though it almost seems like which he is, right? What's the word I'm looking for, man? Promoting it in these other verses. Here, man, if we look at it, he's telling you this is the valley of the shadow of death, man. So again, they walk on in darkness, right? Going and running it back. They know not, neither will they understand. Hey, what does he say? Let's go ahead and read on a little bit, right? Right? Tell me why we seem so blind to see. Let's go ahead and jump down. Oh, here it is. Power in the money, money in the power, minute after minute, hour after hour. So this continuous hamster wheel, right? Everybody's running, right? I didn't even know I was going to say that. Everybody's running, so they're all running on this hamster wheel, right? Running after the power and the money, running after that bag, man. Getting one over, clawing each other down to do so. Killing your brother, man. It says everybody's running, but half of them ain't looking. So you running, but you ain't looking at what? Looking to see what actually is taking place, man, because they got you so busy on this goddamn wheel. It says it's going on in the kitchen, but I don't know what's cooking. See, so you're over here running and running and running, but guess what? Right? Something's being cooked up in this kitchen right before your eyes, man. And like even within this song, right? Even though it's right before our eyes, it just flies right over our head, man. Hey, this is why the scriptures say that the ox knows his owner, but the Israelites don't even know their owner, man. At least your dog knows who that you his owner. Israel over here cleaving to Esau like Esau's his owner, man. Again, you over here trying to be the highest chia pet. That's the American dream. You see? So let's go ahead and jump back, right? They know not, neither will they understand, right? All the foundations of the earth are out of course, right? So they know not, neither do they understand, man. They're blind to it. The kitchen is going down in the kitchen, man. But you don't even realize what's being cooked before you, man. It says, verse 6, I have said ye are gods. Look at that. You are gods, man. And Jake runs around all day talking about, oh yeah, king this, queen that, right? Royalty, gods. What's up, God? What's good? Hey, that comes. And that's all good, man. Jake's realizing who they are, right? Realizing Esau tried to diminish our power, try to make us seem like we're not. But being a god comes with the way to conduct yourself, man. And the way we've conducted ourselves, but hurt not only those around us who are also in this struggle, but also our own selves, man. Which is why he said, what? Tell me why we seem so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me, man. At the end of the day, we only have hurt ourselves by running in this goddamn wheel. You see? Let's go ahead and jump now to Romans 13, and we'll end it here, if the Lord wills it to be as such. This is Romans 13 and verse, let me see where I'm at, verse 8. It says, owe no man anything but to love one another. And all these Christians talk about these verses right here, man. But let's see what it actually means, right? For he that loved another hath fulfilled the law. So let's say, hey, the law's done away with the Bible. So they'll go eating pork, they'll do all this stuff, right? Committing adultery. But it says what? That love fulfilled the law. How? Let's go ahead and continue. He's going to go ahead and expound upon what's been said here. Verse 9. Let me change this song, man. It's a little too rowdy for him. Plus, I might get a strike for that one. That's too popular of a song. Goodness gracious. Salakia, man. Salakia. All right. Going on. Let's see. Where was I? Verse 9. It says, for this thou shalt not commit adultery. So if you actually have love for right, your brother, for the fellow man that's in this grind, right? You ain't gonna go sleeping with his woman, man. Thou shalt not kill, because that's what adultery is. The definition of adultery has nothing to do with a married man. The definition of adultery, and you can go to it. Go look it up yourself, man. Go look up adultery on Google. Look up adultery in the Bible and see what those verses say, man. Adultery is the case in which a married or betrothed woman, right, sleeps with a man who is not her husband. Rather that man is married or not. Hey, that doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that the offender was the man getting with a married woman who was not his, and the married woman getting with a man who's not her husband. You see? So going on, thou shalt not kill. So you ain't gonna be killing your brother. And this is why, right, the scriptures say that the righteous man judgeth all things, but he himself is judged of no man. Because most people are going to judge you according to their emotions and opinion, man, and not according to what is written. You see, they're going to take these things, oh, love one another, right? Oh, that's it. Well, see, people just, again, religion, man. Religion has adopted these scriptures and morphed you people into some walking zombies, man. Just read what's written, man. Don't just be taking what people say for what it is. It says, thou shalt not steal. So you're going to be killing or stealing from your brother, right? Your fellow man, because, hey, we're going to be doing that stuff, man. right? I'm living life do or die. What could I say? So you going if you see another guy pull out some money in front of you, or you know he has some money, you may jack him, man, because you're trying to get by. Hey, you might get involved. You see how much money we making through the drugs that Esau gave us. Then you end up getting involved with that. You see a gang and they look like they're doing all right when really they're just trying to live this illusion. They're trying to live, right, and get by in this world that is not ours, man. This upside down world. You see, you are God's, man. Stop trying to be a goddamn chia pet. You see? It says, thou shalt not covet. So you're going to be looking at all your brothers. Oh, yeah, I'm going to take that from him. Sizing him up. Oh, yeah. Hey, at the end of the day, man, if you actually have love, hey, love is not just a word. You see? You fulfill the law by having love because you ain't going to be doing these things. It's as easy as that, man. Because the ones that we have hurt are you and me, man. We sit here and we cry when some shit happens. In fact, let's go ahead and jump back to it, right? Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not kill. So somebody gets, hey, you get revenge. Somebody comes and kills somebody you know. Your brother dies. You're over here sitting and crying because this happened, right? Or you know, somebody you're broken up or you're growing up in a broken household and you're crying about it, but then you grow up committing adultery, man. And so now you're stirring up broken households. The ones we hurt are you and me, man. You're stealing from someone. Who are you stealing from, man? Because it ain't going to be the elites. They ain't going to let you steal from them. You see? Let's go ahead and continue. And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Love worketh no ill will towards his neighbor. Therefore, love is fulfilling the law. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and close it up. In fact, I'll grab this last precept to close it up on, the one that we started with, man. Revelation 14 and verse 3, it says, and they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne. Hey, so this new song we're coming into, man. We've come into a new song. And you just heard some of the lyrics, right? Which they had put some, you know, which again, I believe Coolio G was just making mention of, you know, the situation of the earth and trying to make it, you know, trying to put some reality in his verses so he could reach the people who are under these curses, right? And so they're going to be hearing it, vibing, oh, gangsters paradise, and they're going to be going over and doing all sorts of wicked shit, right? So I ain't, at the end of the day, man, these lyrics right here, we're able to see through all these different lyrics, man. Taking the meat, spit out the bone, right? We're able to see through all this stuff, man. It's like we got some spectacles on that we could see through the bullshit, man. It says, and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man can learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth, man. And if you've been called, hey, you've been called to be redeemed, man. Now endure that in that day we do not bow the knee and we overcome, man. We know damn well what happens when you fall yourself in league with this devil, man. Look at all the peace treaties he's done broken. You still gonna bow the knee to him, man. And Lord willing, I don't be with those that do. All praises, honor, and glory be to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and the apostles, and a sincere peace, love, blessing, salutations unto all of those of you who are diligently seeking and listening and learning. Lord willing, you endure and make up, right? The elect of Israel, man. Receive that crown. Shalom.